Hello, true duelists. My name's Craig Fee, and here are some of the things that made news this week. The World Championship qualifiers are underway, and Konami made not just one, but two tweets about it, so you know it's big. And that all-new branded structure deck sure is looking pretty good. And that all-new Synchron structure deck's looking pretty shit. Oh my god, a frog. Welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Update. It's the most wonderful time of the year. That's right, it's not Christmas in July, it's actually Yu-Gi-Oh! Time in regards to the World Championship qualifiers. That's right, it's the time of the year where the absolute sweats from your locals are gone for one weekend to attend the premier event in your given region. The Central American qualifiers were last weekend, as were the Oceanic WCQ as well. I predicted that Mitsurugi would win because it's not bad and it's not expensive. However, I got it wrong because Malice did something and won the Central American World Championship qualifiers, while a Ryziel variant ultimately won Down Under. And that was using a heraldic variant and not a Mitsurugi one, so once again, I've been wrong. This is interesting because, much like me, you had completely forgotten about the heraldic engine in its entirety up until this exact moment, but somehow leading scientists have done it. They've combined a rank 4 deck with a rank 4 deck, in a move so mind-blowing you'd swear it was any other format in this game's history since 2014, because rank 4 is just kind of that consistent throughout the years. That or Zodiac felt like it lasted a really long time. Who knows? We can't be sure. Still, it's big news for the winners, so congrats to them, and a huge thanks to the Konami employee that posted the pairings on the Konami blog website. That was sick and got me so hyped for the CAWCQ. Did you know that Adrian played against Oscar in round 9? How crazy was that? We will literally never know. Yeah, there was a failed jump cut here, and my camera stopped recording at a certain point. So now she's just here. There's a failed skit and a cut and it's all falling apart here. She's making a cameo. We're just running with it. Okay, have fun. Have a happy Tuesday. It's a Friday. What's going on here? Who knows? Because the point is that all compares to the two tweets about the Oceanic events. One being that it's happening, and the second being who won, namely the winner and the runner-ups, the two people that qualified to go to Worlds. But that doesn't really tell us whether or not Jordan played against Nathan in round 7. How are we going to get that pertinent information, Konami? God, you really got to work on that. And all this just compares and contrasts beautifully with this coming weekend's event, that of course being the really big Edison tournament in Indiana. At least I'm pretty sure it's happening in Indiana, because they're trying to capitalize on the fact that the North American World Championship qualifiers, also happening this weekend in Indiana, decided to just shoot themselves in the foot in a sense, because Konami North America decided to torpedo the one alternate format that this game has had any success with as their top priority. We don't know why. It's crazy. I know that they rewound it for this event, but North American World Time Wizard events are just, for whatever reason, just worse, because Konami's number one priority, their corporate policy numero uno, is of course fucking over their customers. Now that's not going to impact the main event really, but it does remind us why a set like Duelist Advance will struggle, and that's because they don't care about the product being sold or desirable to people, or something to that effect. Still, it's the big one in terms of getting a stream and the number of players, or at least the second biggest one. I don't know whether or not Europe's going to be bigger or not. Either way, I'm doubling down on Mitsurugi to win, just because why not? And also my buddy Nathan hates it and would love to see it on the ban list, and so I'm sure winning the WCQ of any one area was probably warrant a hit of some kind. So for my buddy Nathan, let's hope that happens, and in the meantime, a truly seamless transition.
Oh, I'm free now!
See, this was the point where I went here and I did this, and then she came running down and hopped up, and it was a good little bit, I think. I thought so. And now instead she's just here for half the video, which, whatever, it happens. So it's the Craig rant is what we're at right now, and today's Craig rant is about two things. One, the fact that last week's video and rant was directly in opposition to the context of a later point in the video, that being I simultaneously complained about being broke and not willing to spend money on Starlights, but also at the same time talking about how I wanted to buy some overpriced shoes because they have a dragon on it. Now, that is a very fair observation to make, because I did just blatantly contradict myself. The only copium I have is an ultra rare gets the job done just as well as a Starlight rare, but, you know, me drawing a dragon on the side of my shoe does not have the same effect as an embroidered one on the foot covering on the Footimus Prime. Now, that's, of course, sidetracked to the thing that the person who commented that said that there was a Canadian complaining about the comedy. Now, I have no idea what they're on about. I've done nothing to suggest je suis Canadien, least of all the fact that I cannot speak Spanish for the life of me, and anytime I even try, it's blatantly apparent that I've never encountered the language in any meaningful capacity. So with that out of the way, I need to talk now about the one thing I discussed 3 days ago with my friend that's still bugging me, that being Kevin Tewart's clown gas. Now, if you're unaware, there was a point in about 2013 on Pojo forums wherein Kevin Tewart, one of the heads of Konami's Yu-Gi-Oh! Divisions, was on Pojo forums communicating with people, and one of the things infamously that he talked about, besides Utopia's naming not being Hope, because that's too feminine, was also the clown gas. That being, people were complaining about the cost of cards on the secondary market, and he was saying that the only justifiable way to get cards at a reasonable price is to open the packs. Now, there's a million things we can take away from that conversation, and a million more that have been said, but the thing I'm focusing on exactly specifically is why the fuck did he use the term clown gas? Like, I understood the analogy that he was going for, that being that there's a special different gas that he wants to sell for the marked up price of the secondary market, whereas you could just go buy normal gas, that being buying packs and cards, but you refuse to do that, you're only willing to buy the clown gas. And I know it's because he's trying to make the argument that, you know, you're a clown for doing it, but it's just like, why the fuck did you use the term clown gas? Now every time that comes up, I have to think about clown gas. You couldn't just call it like super gas. You could have called it overpriced gas just to really hammer down the point you were trying to make. No, instead he had to call it fucking clown gas. And now every couple of months, my buddy Mark will just be like, hey, what was that thing about clown gas? And fuck you, Tewart, and the clown gas. And now clown gas has been said so many times in this video and in my life that there's just been some kind of detriment to it. I don't really know exactly how it's making my life worse, but I do know that it is. And I'm pretty pissed off about it, because why the fuck did you call it clown? It's just so confusing to me. What, clown gas? The fuck is clown? Helium? For the balloons? I hate it. I don't know. This bit wasn't thought out very well, and frankly, the fact that it got ruined before it started filming made it even worse somehow. She's apparently just gonna, she's a whole video. It's just a cameo from Kitty Cat. Fun fact about the kitty cat, her name is Renjamin. And the reason her name is Renjamin is because her name is Renjamin. In some product news, Konami has announced a new branded structure deck to tie in with the animated Chronicles airing on YouTube. The Chronicles deck, The Fallen of the Virtuous, no, it's The Fallen and the Virtuous, the verbose as fuck title, is a new 51 card all foils no spoils deck, which I literally only said because it rhymes. In terms of new cards, it promises only 2 that we don't have in the TCG, but does bring us 4 alternate arts as well for various cards adjacent to the branded lore. The promotion says that it's got cards depicting the characters and places from the animated shorts on YouTube, which either means a playable deck or a pile of things loosely related to each other through the branded lore, and there are so many characters and archetypes tied into this entire overarching story that literally both things are possible. I'd assume that it's going to be playable, but it's also Konami, so really, can we ever know? But it's all foil, baby. A super rare bestial Druis worm reprint, maybe? You wish. You'll be getting Serenir and you like it. I'm only joking, of course. All the cards aren't going to be super rare. They're all ultra rares. Something else notable about this product, though, is the release date, that being October 24th of 2025, whereas the OCG will be getting the same product on October 25th, 2025. So we're either getting them a day earlier or a day at the same time, depending on whether or not time zones exist. I've decided to be a flat earther for exactly the next 13 seconds or so I can make the joke that it's all part of a conspiracy to cover up the ice wall as shown by that one scene in Smiling Friends. And truthfully, I wrote that out, but I don't understand where I was going with it. Apparently, I thought, well, maybe if I just reference Smiling Friends, that'll be a sick bit, and I really disagree with it at this point. But otherwise, this take has been too good for me to roll back on, so we're just running with it. I don't know what the fuck that was about, but if you aren't enticed to buy this product just yet from those ultra rares, just wait until I tell you about the bonus card. That's right, all decks will come with a 51st card, a secret rare version of one of the other 50 already in the deck, and they're pulling a Blue Eye Structure Deck special, because that secret rare will also have a chance to be bumped up to a Starlight rare as well. So go ahead, kids, let's go gambling. Does this hint at a future where the formats will merge, as this is the only simultaneous release in the franchise's history in regards to the card game specifically? No, It's timing-specific marketing relating to an anime that's airing between now and November, being released in both regions at like the last possible moment before the last episode airs, that being in October, because the last Chronicles thing on YouTube will be on in November. Yeah, it still makes sense. Nailed it. And if you like that structure deck and you want a second one, boy, does the OCG have some news for you, because they've confirmed an all-new Yusei-inspired Synchron structure deck as well, including a new Junk Warrior upgrade and cool new toys that are all horrendously crippled by the limitations put on them because Junk Speeder exists. Summon an abundance of level 2 monsters? Well, you only get one more summon this turn, and I guess it's to cheat out Junk Warrior just to go for a big punch. Talk about quality card design, am I right? No word on when the TCG will be getting these cards specifically, because that's just how it works. Take a guess, 3 to 6 months, somewhere in that time frame. But I can assure you, you won't be able to miss it regardless, as it rots on the shelves of local game shops around the world. Absolutely incredible. I actually expected her to fuck off at some point between, you know, when she got her treats and now, but she's lingering. She's just lurking. That's cool. That's cool. What's not cool? Me and my lack of a haircut. Anyways, that wraps it up for this week's update. As always, I've been your host, Gregory Feganite. This has been Renjamin, legal name, of course. As always, thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, go ahead and comment, go ahead and subscribe, and go ahead and see how many weeks we go with this bit, because I'll do it. You think I'm fucking scared? I'll fucking do it right now. Either way, hit subscribe. Not only will you impress your smoking Italian wife, but you'll become a true duelist, and there's nothing better than that, folks. Think she'll lose her mind? Think she'll be a psychopath about it? Where are you looking? They're right there. That. I gotta go edit this.